The Bloodline saga has taken an explosive turn, evolving from a family faction into a full-blown civil war, and WWE may never be the same again. What started as dominance, unity, and tradition has now spiraled into chaos, betrayal, and vengeance. It's no longer about holding titles or commanding respect, it's about loyalty, survival, and who truly deserves to lead the Anoa'i legacy into the future. The battle lines are drawn, and the war has begun. Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso are no longer standing in the shadows, they're leading a revolution against their own blood, and it's as personal as it gets. The WWE Universe is still reeling from the chaos that unfolded at Money in the Bank. That night, Jacob Fatu shocked the world by turning on Solo Sikoa, costing him a match that could have elevated him to the next level. But more importantly, it shattered the trust that once held the bloodline together. That betrayal wasn't about strategy, it was a calculated and emotional blow that exposed deep fractures within the family. And last night on SmackDown, things escalated beyond anything anyone could have expected. Jimmy Uso made his allegiance clear, he's now fully aligned with Jacob Fatu. This isn't just about choosing sides, this is about redefining the family's future. With that decision, a massive shift occurred. Roman Reigns returned to the spotlight, no longer silent, no longer watching from afar. The tribal chief stormed into SmackDown like a man possessed, his fury barely contained. By his side stood none other than Rikishi, a Hall of Famer, a legend, and the father of the Usos. His presence alone sent chills through the WWE locker room. This isn't just another feud. Rikishi's involvement elevates this conflict to something much more significant, a generational war. His voice carries the weight of decades of blood, sweat, and legacy, and when he speaks, the entire WWE universe listens. Inside the ring, the tension was palpable. Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso stood tall, exuding confidence and purpose. Across from them, Solo Sikoa and Cobb prepared for battle. The atmosphere was electric. And then it happened, Roman Reigns' entrance music hit, and the crowd erupted in one of the loudest reactions in recent memory. Roman emerged, not as a man looking to restore order, but as a force ready to reclaim control by any means necessary. His eyes burned with fury, and as he stepped into the ring, he made his intentions crystal clear. "You thought you could take my family from me?" Roman snarled, gripping the microphone with authority. "You thought you could replace me? The bloodline doesn't die, it hunts." The words were chilling, a warning that the war wasn't over, it was just beginning. Then Rikishi stepped forward, emotion written all over his face. "This ends now," he declared, and the arena collectively held its breath. What followed was pure anarchy. Jacob Fatu exploded with a thunderous Samoan drop that sent Cobb crashing into the mat. Jimmy Uso unleashed a brutal superkick that caught Solo Sikoa clean in the jaw. Roman Reigns, reclaiming his role as the enforcer of the bloodline, speared Cobb straight through the barricade. The crowd was left in stunned silence before erupting again. The message was loud and unmistakable. The bloodline is back, and it's more ruthless, focused, and violent than ever. But this isn't just a match or a storyline, it's a deeply personal family war being played out in real time. Generations of pride, respect, resentment, and expectations have collided in a way that WWE fans have never seen before. Rikishi's appearance is more than symbolic, he is the living embodiment of the Anoa'i family history. His words carry authority that even Roman Reigns respects. And his decision to speak now, after remaining silent for so long, shows just how far things have spiraled out of control. Backstage, Jey Uso added his voice to the storm. In an emotional interview, he said, "This ain't about sides no more. This is about survival." His words cut deep, highlighting the emotional stakes of a war that's tearing brothers apart and forcing legends to choose where they stand. No one is safe, no alliance is permanent, and the emotional toll is mounting. As the bloodline splinters, other forces in WWE are watching carefully. Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed, the new faction lurking in the shadows, may see this as their opportunity to strike. Heyman, a master manipulator and former bloodline architect, knows how to play chaos to his advantage. Could he exploit this division to dismantle the family completely? Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa finds himself increasingly isolated. He once stood as Roman's heir apparent, the silent enforcer destined to carry the bloodline forward. But now, he's at a crossroads. With Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso turning against him, and Roman Reigns reclaiming control, Solo must decide whether to keep fighting or fall. Cobb, as powerful and talented as he is, may not be enough to stand against this newly unified, deadlier version of the bloodline. Solo needs reinforcements, and fast. As the dust settles on last night's chaos, one thing is clear: this is not the end, it's the beginning of something far bigger. The bloodline civil war is no longer about titles or dominance in WWE. It's about who controls the future of an empire. Will Roman Reigns crush the rebellion and solidify his legacy? Or will Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso blaze a new path, one not bound by the rules of the past? And where does Solo Sikoa fit into all this? Can he rise as his own man, or will he be the next casualty of this brutal family war? WWE fans around the world are now taking sides. Social media is ablaze with speculation, reactions, and theories. The question echoing across the universe is simple but powerful: who will survive this war, Team Roman or Team Solo? The future of the bloodline, and perhaps all of WWE, hangs in the balance. So if you've been waiting for something real, raw, and unpredictable, this is it. Smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the conversation. Because the bloodline civil war has only just begun, and the fireworks are about to reach an entirely new level. The bloodline has officially descended into all-out war. Tensions that have been simmering for months finally boiled over, and now, there's no turning back. Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso delivered a violent, personal assault on Solo Sikoa and Cobb, sending a message that shook the WWE universe to its core. This wasn't just an attack, it was a declaration of war, a battle rooted in betrayal, pride, and blood ties. After weeks of silence, Roman Reigns and Rikishi finally broke their silence, stepping back into the spotlight to address the crumbling foundation of the once mighty family dynasty. And in a surprising moment, Jey Uso also spoke out, adding fuel to a fire that's already raging out of control. The WWE universe is still trying to recover from the shock of what happened at Money in the Bank. That was the night everything changed. Jacob Fatu turned on Solo Sikoa in the most stunning betrayal of the year, costing him not only victory but trust and unity within the family. That act wasn't just strategic, it was personal, and it set into motion a chain of events that would tear the bloodline apart. On last night's SmackDown, that betrayal exploded into something far greater. Jimmy Uso made it official, his siding with Jacob Fatu. This wasn't a hesitant decision. It was a full-throated declaration of loyalty to a new vision of the bloodline. And with that decision, the civil war deepened. To THR.